You know, we do have a seat waiting for you here in the Delmarva Life audience. You can be a part of the fun by booking your seat at delmarvalife.com and clicking on the show tab, or just give us a call, 443-880-9116.
Well, before the break, Chef Jay Caputo from Espuma Restaurant in Rehoboth Beach showed us how to make some homemade pretzels.
And now we're going to make the dips for them. So what do we do for them? What do we have for them, Jay? What goes in?
We're going to start with a smoked salmon dip. This is our ode to Seattle.
Our ode to Seattle. So what's in it?
We got some cream cheese, some sour cream.
Okay.
And we're going to start in the KitchenAid with that, with the paddle attachment. So we're going to pull that down. We're going to lock that. And we're going to cream the cream cheese.
So on your screen, you've got all the ingredients that are going to
Okay, so we're going to do that for a second, and then we're going to get started on our other dip. So we have a chorizo queso, and we actually have lamb chorizo here today. The chorizo is just a sausage, and we're going to start to sear that in this pan.
And what's going to go into this one? Tell me the
So
ingredients
we're going to put some, in another pot, we're going to put some onions, red onions. We're going to sweat those for a little bit. And then we're going to add some milk and some heavy cream.
And we'll tell you here in just a second how you can get these recipes specifically for these two dips.
So this is going good. We've creamed the cream cheese, and we have some smoked salmon that we're going to add.
Okay. And there's the
And then really you can add all the other ingredients.
Oh, okay.
You can add all the scallions, the mint, and we're only going to add about half the horseradish and half of the jalapeno.
Okay.
So
you can
as
add more
this,
if you want them hot, I guess.
as this cream comes to a boil, we're going to actually add an ingredient that I almost never use, but because of the texture in this cheese dip, we're going to use some Velveeta cheese. Which somebody told me today that there's actually a Velveeta shortage, which, oh my God.
Yeah, I did hear that.
Yes, that's true. That is true.
So we're going to melt the Velveeta in there.
And what else are we doing?
We're looking good on the salmon dip. That looks great. And I mean, we're going to add a little bit of salt.
Okay.
And a little bit of lemon juice.
Oh.
And that's just to balance out the flavor a little bit.
Sure. It also helps get it off the little paddle thing.
Yeah, there you go. And then that's really it.
Okay, so I'm going to get this out.
So you can take that out.
Oh, that looks good from here.
And we'll put that right in this bowl.
Jimmy, how are you doing on yours?
Jay, put me to work. What am I doing here?
All right, we're going to add these two cheeses. We have a little Gruyere cheese, which is a type of Swiss cheese.
Okay.
And you can add about half of that.
About half of that.
Yep. And then we're going to add some cheddar cheese, too.
Jay, I don't know if the half's going to come out.
Well,
there we go.
I feel confident in you.
Half of this one, too?
Yep.
Okay.
And that's some white cheddar.
This is the
white
one.
Just add it right in.
And there we go.
Again, we can always add more. Can't take it out.
Can't take it out.
There.
Yeah.
Some of the best words I've ever heard.
We're whisking this, melting the cheese.
So how far are we from finishing this?
We're about, I don't know, 3 minutes.
3 minutes? Okay.
Magic of technology, it'll probably be 1 minute.
1 minute, okay. Because I think we're going to have to rely on that magic.
That's right. So we actually add a little bit of cumin, which is a spice, some salt, a little bit of salt, and a little bit of lemon juice. Again, balancing out those flavors.
Okay.
And so what we would do is let all this cheese melt. We can add a little bit more. And the chorizo, as it cooks, you want to break it up a little bit.
Right.
So it'll end up going back to looking like ground beef, sort of.
Gotcha.
And then at the end, we will serve the chorizo on top of the melted cheese dip. And this will be a good, you want to keep the cheese dip warm.
Right.
Because otherwise it'll get solid again.
All right.
Sort of like Velveeta.
Jay, I got to tell you the truth. I'm sitting here looking at this, the salmon dip that
we're going to go ahead and taste that.
I think
Can
you
I
should.
jump into this?
Absolutely.
Are we okay with that?
That's what the chips are for.
You coming over to get some?
I'll come over and get some.
Oh, I see. I broke
And
my
through
shit.
the magic of television?
And then we have this cheese dip.
Oh, look at that.
Oh, that's so good.
You know what?
We have the pretzel. You can
I'm gonna
dip
break
the
up the
pretzel
pretzel.
in
Dip
the
the pretzel in
cheese.
there.
Ready for the pretzel?
And we also got
That's the
a
pretzel.
little crazy. If you want to go the extra mile for your guests, because then the smoked salmon is Seattle, represents Seattle, and then we have some lamb chops because Colorado lamb is the best lamb in the country. You could do that with the cheese, you know.
All right,
whatever
Jay,
you
thank
like.
you so much,
Jay
as
Caputo.
always. Now, it's hard enough being a
Awesome.
newbie, but imagine being a newbie in front of millions of people.
Up next on Delmarva Live, we go behind the scenes of NCIS and talk with newbie Emily Wickersham. She tells us what it's like to play Ellie Bishop and how she and her character are getting over their fears of fitting in with this extremely successful team.